Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Wednesday the 29th of July 2026. There's a lot going on outside the house. The house? There's a lot going on outside the house. It's so posh. Outside the house. Yes, there's quite a lot of banging and not too much, but I feel like we're heading for a almost whether we like it or not. Stuff is happening. Landlords are doing things. Students have gone. Yes, hurrah. The boy is back soon. He's been away for a few days, gallivanting. You know how they do, these students. So, looking forward to that. Going to help him tidy his room at some point. What my friend used to call mucking out the goat farm. Oh, you forget what you were like though. Apparently I was awful. I was like, I mean, I'm messy now, but I'm clean messy. And I think when I was younger, I was just messy. So, my poor mother. Anyhow, what do we need to know? Peak of the week. This is nice. I'm using the Enchanted Shores because I've been using them for the monthlies. Ooh. Ooh. And Moon Diary is... I actually have found the Moon Diary, but I found it and failed to bring it up the stairs. But it's like, it's a start that I found it, you know? Let's take the small wins. So, I feel like... Is it a full moon or something? Hang on, let me just look. Full moob? Full moob. I suppose I need my reading glasses on. Bloody hell, it is. It is. It's a buck moon. That's nice, isn't it? Okay. Popularly known as the buck moon. Tell us about the buck moon a minute. Oof. So much nonsense on these things, isn't there? Okay, anyway. Buck moon. Oh God, I don't want to hear all the things about all of them. Aha. Tells me nothing about... Oh. Oof. Yes. Oh, because of antlers of male deer. Bucks are in full-grown mode at this time. Bucks shed and regrow their antlers each year. I love antlers, by the way. I don't know, I just love them. Producing larger and more impressive sets as the years go by. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Also known as the feather molting moon, the salmon moon. Wow. It doesn't tell us anything else about it. But never mind, if any of you know about it, I'm going to assume there's like a shedding and renewal vibe if it's a buck moon. Okay, we're also in Leo season, which seems quite buckish for some reason. So we're kicking off with the Tower. I know, but it is the Tower from the Oceany Tarot thing, Enchanted Shores this is called. So it is like a lighthouse sort of thing rather than, I don't know why, but I always feel like a tower that's in the water is easier than a tower that's on the land. I guess because, and this is just like a completely like, you know, this may not be scientifically right, don't go trying it. If you fall out of a tower onto the ground, it's not great. If you fall out of a tower onto the water, you have more of a chance. I don't know if that's, like, it certainly isn't logical, but there we have it. So we have the tower, but it's a watery tower. And I guess that kind of does represent full moon energy as well. It feels like this is, and it probably is, a precursor to the full moon eclipse that we have in Pisces on the 27th or the 28th of August. And I guess it is a full cycle until that one. You know what I mean? It's sort of, not 28 days, but ish. It's a cycle, isn't it? And the next card we get is very much, you know, the Five of Pentacles is a kind of a lonely card, but it's also a kind of a, do I go through this arch? Is this my path? Am I doing this alone? Notice we have a mermaid doing a bit of a smooch. Interesting. We don't, most decks don't have a smooch in the Five of Pentacles. It's very much not a smooch card, isn't it? It's normally two people kind of, one with, you know, bits missing or something, and the other with a bleeding head, and they're sort of hobbling across some path to away from a church. So it's, and let's do it. Let's look at the cards. Billy boo, billy boo, billy boo, billy boo, billy billy boo. I did a billy bob. Gosh. That way. Got a tower over there. Okay. So, do you go through the archway? Do you go through alone? Are you unassisted? Is it better that way? Do you have to rely on yourself to get something done? That's a question. And then we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, as you can see here, is about kind of standing up for yourself. This person is emerging almost Venus-like from the waves. Stand up and be counted, even if you are a mermaid. I don't know how she stands, but maybe it's like one of those where the mermaid kind of gets their feet and goes on dry land for a bit and then gets a tail again and goes back. So there's something here about emerging, standing up, being counted, having your voice heard, and not, almost no choice about that with the Tower actually. Kind of makes it happen. Then we have the Two of Swords. Interesting card. Two of Swords, of course, gives us this sense that we hit a sort of lull in something. That's okay, actually. I'm going to say trust in the lack of noise. You know, I know it's a blindfolded card, but I also feel like you don't hear anything then. So this is like a hiatus. It's a much needed pause between acts. So just trust in that. Because we then have this, I really like this one actually, High Priestess card, where Major Arcana, you come to know something, maybe not by usual channels, because, you know, an underwater High Priestess is pretty cool, isn't it? But it's also definitely vibes rather than spoken words. And remember that the High Priestess at the Oracle at Delphi did used to speak in tongues. I know. It must have been a hell of an experience, like going to see the High Priestess at the Oracle at Delphi. Anyway, and then everyone's emerging from the water on this night. It's also quite a lot of full moonery knocking around. Knight of Cups, something emerges emotionally, either a message, a question, some information. Can also be an offer. That is the most traditional sense of the Knight of Cups. This is all rather lovely actually. It's a little bit difficult when we have the Tower and the Five of Pentacles, but it does feel like this full moon energy is a precursor for emotional choices that will emerge and need to be made over the next kind of month or so. And just trust that there will be times when you don't know what to say and you don't know what to do and you don't hear anything, you don't see anything, there's no kind of information or evidence to go on. But butted up to the High Priestess, you don't need to worry about that. That is like a full-blown intuition card. There we go. I can't biddly bop back, can I? Bodily bip, bodily bip, bodily bip. Leave me a comment. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.